Virtual reality is the manipulation of our physical environment through the simulation of a virtual space. Contemporary developments in technology allow us to access a virtual world similar or otherwise to our own. We have conducted interviews to explore the various possibilities in future VR applications.
So, have you had any experiences with virtual reality?
My first experience with it was probably early 90s.
And at that time, it honestly, it was a little pixelated and old school.
It was like being on Minecraft. I had to go into a room, find a chest, open the chest, take out a sword, and then I turned around and there was a giant skeleton trying to attack me, and I had to sort of stab it and kill it, right?
Can you tell me a strength of virtual reality?
I think one strength of virtual reality is that immersive aspect.
It gives people the chance to experiment with other aspects of their personality. People enjoy that form of escapist expression. And I think that's important. It's sort of like a form of therapy.
We also should be real about the fact that it's being developed as a military technology, especially augmented reality is something that's coming into the field to give soldiers information when they are fighting. It's also being used for rehabilitation for soldiers who have been wounded. And it also has lots of uses in industry. So for people working in factories to see information and instructions and things like that. So it's not a toy. As it comes into our lives, it's not going to just be something we have like in the playroom at home. It's going to be in other corners of what we do.
A whole virtual universe.
A weakness of virtual reality would be, well, at this point, it always promises to be ready for public consumption, and it just never quite gets there.
The kind of use of the actual, I think, interface or like the actual hardware itself.
And that interface is often clunky, uncomfortable, and despite our brain convincing us we're in another place, I think it lessens the experience. And that is the big fantasy in technology, certainly media technology, is to get rid of the medium.
Do you find it appealing, the idea of a technology company one day having the ability to control what you sense?
I don't think there's any company that exists that I would trust sufficiently to do that. Although, like most things, it's probably something like that is probably going to come, and you would suffer a form of social exclusion if you weren't on board, right? So I think that's the big question. How long could you resist the social pressures?
With the rise in development and popularity of VR constantly increasing, we wonder about the ideology of the inevitable. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg said in 2014, "There's always a richer, more immersive medium to experience the world." This shows that as humans, we will always want more immersion, and that it's a natural path of progression for richer and more immersive experiences. However, this is just one side of the argument in the development of VR. So we ask, what will the future of virtual reality look like?